Just take a break from like complex games, something simple, but it's like nothing seems to want to work.
Yeah, I actually wanted to see what that game was like, because I've heard mixed things about that game.
I think it's fun.
Because I noticed it got a kind of low Metacritic score.
That's because it's very basic. It's very simplistic. It's like fucking. I made a game with zombies, for example. It plays a lot like that, but smaller area space and a lot better graphics.
Oh, I see.
Could play Braid. I'm not playing Braid. Gliscrimin. I'll fire this up as soon as Steam is done initializing DirectX for Windows. I gotta say, one thing I liked about Origin, it does all this shit way before the installation starts. It takes care of all this crap for you. This way you don't have to wait. Alright, there we go. It'd be nice to run this game max, because I'll tell you right now, it might not look too impressive, but damn, does it start to kick your machine's ass after a while. Okay, options, video, full screen. I need to first set the resolution. 1280 by 720, full screen, off.
Apparently, RA Gamer just called someone a nigger.
What?
Yeah. I'll post a link in the channel here.
You're shitting me.
Nope.
Why would he do that?
I don't know, it was in a private message to somebody.
Oh man, dude, what the fuck is wrong with him? You know, I barely ever use that word, and if I use it, I'm usually referencing somebody saying it, and that's just... Why would you say that? What are you, fucking retarded? You got enough problems
like,
as is.
Gonna know based on the internet, like, if he really is anyways.
Okay, this one I was able to add, funny enough.
So yeah, if you want to see that real quick during our intermission.
Yeah, you gotta give me a sec here, because I can't get the goddamn... Oh, for fuck's sake. You're really gonna fuck with me like this? Fine. Here we go. You should be able to see it now, right? Yeah. I think.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I'm gonna get my fucking chat room back, which I also moved. God damn it.
Are you gonna enable anti-aliasing?
I don't know if I'm gonna or not, actually. Enable that, to be honest with you. Oh, for crying out fucking loud. I can't believe you said that. Either way, because that's just... It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You want me to turn AA on? Is that what you're telling me? Here,
Well, I mean, if you can.
I don't... Well, it's not that I can't or can't. It's that I'm streaming, and sometimes you don't want to turn some of this shit on.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's true.
Because you're running... NCS shit like that happens, too. Where the whole fucking window moves on you for no reason. For no reason whatsoever. Alright, back. Control, back. Bit of a fucking choppiness here going on right now, I'm not gonna lie, but I think that's just the video itself. I'll find out in a second. Free play. Normal, start. And the controls ain't working. That don't work for me.
Oh, nice. You're gonna get the score up.
Okay, something's gone horribly wrong here. The game's not actually working right. Hold on. That's what I get for listening. You gotta turn on AA.
Hey, I wonder if it's your gamepad that you plugged in.
No, I unplugged it. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. No, it's unplugged. Can't believe RA Gamer said that. He just earned back props, too, for making that AVGN thing where he mocked him over the... Well, he didn't mock him, he parried the whole, like, you know, I'm a scam sort of bullshit. And he does that. Like, what is wrong with you, really? Asshole. Come on already, where the fuck is it?
Yeah, well, I guess he got too much street cred from that AVGN bash that he had to, you know, bash himself down.
Let me try this again. See what happens. It honestly seems to just hate windowed mode, period.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure of something here. Yeah,
Oh, it's got
WAS and
multiplayer. That's
DE.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I actually think it's got fucking multiplayer right on the thing, if I remember right. Okay, yeah, now I can play, for fuck's sake. Yeah, see, I'm getting a bit of choppiness again because of that fucking AA bullshit. So, you level up, right? And as you level up, you can also zoom in and out. Now, if you want to level up, press spacebar and you pick stuff. You ever play Crimson Land?
That was weird. It just like showed you had like killed all those zombies like at once.
I did. I used the special that I gained for killing so many zombies in a row. So you have all these options. See, gas canisters, explosion, apparition, doubles the chance of ghost power, up more pain. When your health's under 50, you receive 25%. You get a bunch of stuff.
That's cool.
Cut down your enemies to size with a set of triple boomerang saw blades. This is a fun one. See? And the saw blades come out, and you're out to play for good. Get bullet time with this, so you can fuck shit up faster. This is really fun, I think, this game. That's why people were bitching about it. I'm like, what are you bitching about? It's a fun fucking game. Level up again, you can pick something new. Friendly fire, explosions created by zombies will hurt themselves.
I bet it's a viewpoint, except whenever Call of Duty did it, they complained about it then. So.
You know, I can't fucking take this. Like, it moves the fucking thing. Every time my mouse moves out of the window, it doesn't show it on the top of the thing, and it moves the whole fucking window for me. Yeah, this one doesn't play too well in a window, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get that. Now we're talking. Sentry gun, go! Kill everything that moves. It does get batshit insane though later on. Take my word for it. This is wave 1 here.
Different kinds of zombies, I'm assuming.
Fuck. Get the fucking Uzi. Yeah, there's boss types and shit too. Uranium bullets kill shit faster. Like now I've got a crowbar, which is apparently incredibly useful for some fucking reason. The turbine is useful. You get them to come by it and just will wreck their shit up.
You know, like I kind of find it weird, like this obsession with crowbars in video games, because
Gordon Freeman.
Realistically,
Motherfucker.
It's not like a very effective melee weapon.
Gordon Freeman.
Yeah.
You can see the ammo count too. Now you asked why did that blow up the way it did before. Level up again.
You're pretty low in health.
I know. Let's see what we got. There we go. Yeah, you could die very easily if you're not paying attention. Bullet time. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Shield. Let's just stay in the middle, kill everything that moves. Get the pounder, that'll fuck them up from them, like as they run into it. Level up. If I get the ghost power up, this will create 2 versions of me that'll just fuck shit up. If I live long enough. Yeah, that's all it is, but it's fun to play in like short bursts, you know, if you're bored. There's different levels and shit too. I made it to like XP level 6 and shit.
Nice. You're ranked 38,071 now.
I don't give a fuck about that. Anyway, that's Nation Red. Which, again, doesn't handle too well in Windows. Now, where's this Irate Gamer thing? Because I want to see this.
I'll post the link again.
Okay. Excuse me. Oh, it's on YouTube? Shit. I can't fucking believe this. I can't read that. Zoom in, motherfucker.
You gotta put it.
Oh, watching 480p and then... Are we sure this is real, though, is the thing? It's not some bullshit somebody made up. It is in 480p. I still can't read it.
Oh, you mean like if it's like a Photoshop or something?
I'm just kind of curious. No, see, I can't have YouTube. They must have changed something. Let me see. Here's the message that I sent
one
Chris.
thing that is curious is like the...
Yo, Chris, I just wanted to give you my opinion on your videos. I personally think it's the most boring video game show I ever watched. I've seen Super Mario Wars is one of... Super Nintendo, not the NES, lol. Well, that's all I have to say. Sure, check out my Irate Gamer parody. Oh god, he's asking for trouble. You think people would have learned from how I reacted and other people reacted to videos and responses and shit back in the day not to snap, you know? But, I don't know, Chris. Now let's see what this got to say back.
I don't know. I think it's probably just,
I see he messaged fucking... I see he messaged to fucking tell him they called him. I don't give a shit about your work, this fucking opinion, so why don't you take it and shove it up your ass? I don't know.
Just edited ask, but he didn't.
I don't... why would he write that? Love the choice of music, though.
Yeah. Oh, watch the end, it's funny.
I am. Sorry, peeps, I'll get back to the show in a sec, I just want to see what happens. God damn it, turn the annotation off, fucker.
Look at the numbers around them, posted 9. See how right side up goes? Now mine goes up with the 9.
I like that part with the accelerate.
And what a coincidence. The 6 is on the card. Surprising after.
Yep. Unfucking believable. He's dead. That's it.
You know how it is, though. Everybody makes mistakes.
No, he's made too many. He's made way too many. He's made more mistakes than me and Spoon. I think he's made more... No, well, he's made more mistakes than me. I don't know about Spoonie. Spoonie kind of, like, blew up in the worst way. Though he is learning from it, at least as far as I can tell. But Boris just keeps tripping over his own fucking feet. It's like he was made to do it.
Yeah, I know.
He was
like,
born to fucking fail.
He was almost completely out of it, too. Like he almost got to the point where people just, weren't paying attention anymore, and he could have just, went on his own way. But he does have a penchant for stirring up stuff.
That was retarded, beyond words. So I'm looking at my list here, and I'm looking at Splice, and I'm still wondering, what the fuck is this, and where did I get it?
Probably a humble bundle.
Yeah, maybe. Splice, apparently it's a really great game based on the reviews and shit on the page. Like, fucking tons of people I know recommend it. Same for Trino. How many people in the room have seen the game A Virus Named Tom? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. They're talking about Nostalgia Critic, AVGN, and
yeah, I see
Irish
that.
Gamer.
Well, they're asking us, so we might as well respond, I guess. What do you guys think of AVGN nowadays? I think he had a bit of a fall from grace, and he needs to pick himself back up by actually making more content, as opposed to avoiding making content because he's resting his laurels on the fact that he thinks this movie is going to be the best thing ever, which, honestly, based on the past of people making movies, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about legit, like the fucking that guy with the glasses stuff, I don't know. Just because you have all the budget in the world doesn't mean something's going to be good. ABGN, after 20 minutes or so, you've kind of seen what he does. I can't picture that running for over an hour.
Yeah, I see what you mean there.
I ultimately think...
I like his stuff personally, but my issue is Mike Matei, really. I don't like how he runs the channel and posts all his videos.
Yeah, but then James should put somebody else in charge. That's the thing.
Well, I don't mind him managing the channel, but I just don't see why he puts his videos on the channel.
James has to learn to say no to even his best friends. He has to learn what I learned and other people learned, is when if somebody's passing the line, you got to just tell them no. Sorry, not happening, not today, or no, you can't do that. James seems very reluctant to do that.
Plug you or whatever, but it's you got to have a separate channel because people come here for ABGN.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. But some people do like Mike shit, It's not like it's not like everybody fucking hates him. A small group of people really despise him for the most part because they feel like he's riding AVGN's coattails. But at the same time, think about it. What the fuck has AVGN done recently, really? Mike kept the channel alive, so I can't really stiff him too hard, on this one. Because really, if Mike wasn't constantly updating that shit for him, it would have been dead there. It would have been like a fucking ghost town.
Yeah, that is true.
You just have people screaming about the movie. When the fuck's it coming out? Like it did on my page when I left it for a while. Like when I don't post for a while, it turns into either A, a ghost town where everybody thinks I'm dead, or B, people are complaining nonstop about updates. Besides, it's like you put out, like with me, you put out a 2-hour movie and it's like people are immediately asking for updates next week, and it's like, motherfuckers, you just got like 5 updates in a row. In one sitting, you know, you don't have to watch the whole thing.
Do you think that you're gonna split your movie into individual parts?
What movie?
The movie you just released of your unreleased stuff?
No.
Because I would like to see like individual parts, you know, like I have a feeling that with the Shinobi review in particular that was...
The Shinobi review is basically most of it's lost. I had to take what was remaining of it and get the audio to work. That's why it's in parts in the intro like that.
Oh, I see.
A lot of that stuff, the audio was fucked up and shit, and I had to basically listen to the audio and just basically redub some parts. Kind of sounds lame, I know, but I matched the voice almost identically that you can't really tell. Or at least I tried to, you know.
Yeah, you put it well.
Because people put up with my shit for a long time, so I figured, you know, I owed them at least this much, because this was the shit that was supposed to have come out. Barbie was supposed to come out a long fucking time ago, before, what's-his-name did it. I had actually had a prototype of it, because I knew it was a terrible game. I knew I couldn't get anywhere in it, too, and it was pretty funny on both sides to show how incompetent Army-21 would be at playing a fucking game made for girls, quote-unquote. But, you know, shit happened, shit hit the fan pretty much. I lost it when it came to my fan base after a while. Like, I just couldn't take it after a while. They were so pushy at times, it was ridiculous. And
I wonder how things would have been different if you would have released it as you planned instead of melting down.
I don't think it would have been any different. I think the archive would have had the videos, and I would have had less activity on my page than usual. I know, I'm not saying, Sapphire, I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying there are people who get very impatient with it, and they start getting mad, and then they start taking it personally, like I'm telling them to go fuck themselves because I'm not responding. There's that one guy, Brady, or whatever the fuck his name is, he posts on my page every now and again, he always posts angry fucking remarks about how I hate my fan base. If I hate my fan base, I wouldn't be doing this shit right now at midnight on fucking Saturday, or Sunday rather, you know? I don't know.
I'm just cleaning my Xbox 360 controller right now. It's pretty nasty.
That's a good idea to do every now and again. A lot of people forget. A lot of people don't even think to clean their controllers. They don't realize they cake on sweat and shit after a while on the controllers and stuff. But they play for a long duration. It's pretty gross.
Yeah, it got pretty bad. It was bad enough that parts of it were getting, you know.
Well, even with the trolling, I mean, it gets old after a while. How long are you going to dig the same ditch deeper and deeper before it's like, okay, now you've dug a fucking atomic-shaped hole? And no one really cares, you know? They're more interested in, well, like right now, Irate Gamer dropping the M-bomb. I mean, like, you know, seriously. You got me in a drunken fit yelling at somebody, and then somebody records it and dumps it on YouTube and thinks it's hilarious. Meanwhile, it's me and like another person's private business. It has nothing to do with reviewing. It has nothing to do with my fan base. It has nothing to do with the videos. It has nothing to do with anything. And yet people focus on it like no fucking tomorrow. That was why with James with the scam, it seemed like people were focusing way too much on something that didn't really have all that much to do with the content he was providing. And it's like they go after the real person and not the person they're playing on camera. And it's kind of fucked up. A lot of people forget these are fictional characters or personas that we play and voice and do the motions. You know, we take on the motions, but in the end day, we're just regular people. We have lives we have to deal with as well.
Hey, I got a suggestion, Marcus.
You know, like right now, I need like fucking like $90 to keep doing what I'm doing, and I don't have it. Where am I gonna get it?
$90 for what?
Where am I gonna get it? This is where I want to prove to people that I don't pander for cash. Where am I gonna get the $90? I'm gonna sell my fucking PS3 and all the games.
Oh, for your bills, you mean?
It's not just my bills, to handle other things. That's the friggin' microphone and stuff. That shit costs money.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
This is all to make videos and to improve the standards of what I produce for people who, you know, I don't ask for anything from them. That's why I kind of got pissy with Crane when he bought me that game.
Microsoft's had it since 2007.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They just rewrote their user guide, or user terms
I keep saying people need to read those terms of services. You would see they're all the same. They haven't changed. They're always following you. They're always watching everything you do. A lot of games install and they track every move you make in the game, what kind of software and hardware you run, etc.
Yeah, and then companies like Machinima and Rooster Teeth, of course, can still do those games because they have agreements with Microsoft.
Yeah, that's true. That's why Rage Quit is so fucking popular, and that's why people like people like myself, that's why myself and others who did the same fucking thing, 5 years prior, never hit that popular mark because we're not sponsored by Microsoft and other, well-endowed companies, let's say. Well-endowed, well-off companies. Endowed, say, have boobs. I don't think Microsoft has boobs.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft does have boobs in hyperdimensional Neptunia. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think earlier we were talking about maybe doing multiplayer on XCOM, and I was thinking about getting off here soon, so I didn't know if maybe you wanted to do that sometime soon.
I gotta think about it, but first I really want to try out Arena Wars 2. I mean, Grant got me the game. I haven't played it yet. I would like to put at least an hour into it, see how it handles. Because people are bitching and moaning about it now, and I'm getting worried.
Oh.
The first one was amazing. The first one was like fucking take an RTS, give it 5 units grand total, and play it like it's Unreal. It moves at the speed of like a fucking Unreal Tournament match. Because whenever a unit gets blown up, you get the money back for it. You could build the same unit or another unit and save up. And it became like this really crazy ass, tightly conceived strategy game that was like perfect for LAN parties and stuff, or playing online.
So, is it anything like League of Legends as far as gameplay?
No, it's way faster paced. It's nothing like that. It's like you only have a couple of units you can spawn grand total in the entire game, and you have to like literally think of how to use those units. Like there's a buggy and that's fast. You got like a scorpion that's really slow. It's like a tank sort of thing, and you got to send it against the other guy that has the same fucking units he could pump out. You can only put out X amount of units, and they move pretty fast. Even the slow units move faster than like slow units would in normal RTSs. So it plays like nothing like an RTS. It plays like a fucking like an action game almost.
Oh, yeah.
It gets nuts.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's particularly interested in XCOM anyways. Nobody's mentioned it except for, well, people did earlier, but I don't think they're here.
It seems like they just like to listen to me talk a lot of times. I've noticed that, like, people, it seems like whenever I start talking, that's when people start, like, sitting down to listen. I always thought maybe I should just do a fucking podcast and not this. But I don't know if I could do one on my own. I'd need more people. Like, you can't do a podcast solo. It's like, I don't know if it's gonna work. It'd be like fucking Jeff Gertzman with the friggin' Nintendo Express or Nintendo Download Express or what the hell it's called. It's a great podcast. I just can't remember the damn name. I think it's Nintendo Download Express or it's something like that. He made a podcast to do the segment where he used to talk about what's coming out on fucking Virtual Console and more to the point, like what's coming out on DSiWare. And he used to do that on the actual podcast. And they wanted to get rid of it because it was taking up too much time, and it was like one of the best parts of the podcast, literally. So I have no idea what the fuck Ryan was smoking when he said no to that.
We should do a podcast sometime.
That's what I'm saying, but I really wouldn't know how to fill in the blanks for a podcast.
Well, I mean, we'd have to...
Even Retsiprey does a friggin' pretty good podcast. That's the thing. That's why I like the Twitter and the other things, so people can like ask. I keep saying ask me questions and stuff, and I'll respond to them on the show. But nobody posted any questions, as far as I know. So I didn't do anything like that. One person did request a game. They requested Hitman Blood Fighting, and I am just way too friggin' exhausted to play that now. Should have played that first, actually.
Resident Evil 6 is pretty good.
It's not bad, but I mean I'm gonna be selling it, so
it's different, though.
I didn't want to finish it.
Like the other games.
I honestly, it's a fun game, but I really can't see anybody killing themselves to finish it because it's something about it. It just loses its appeal. But a lot of games are like that for me nowadays. Like I can't sit and play them for hours, and then I could play them 2-3 hours, and I'm like I gotta stop for a while. Even Dishonored and XCOM, like I just gotta stop.
Yeah, that's how I am pretty much in most video games.
Should be a voice. Who should be a voice actor? I hope you don't mean me. My voice is terrible. Sounds like fucking Ray Romano crossed with Winnie the Pooh, crossed with fucking Kermit the Frog.
Ray Romano crossed with Winnie the Pooh.
Well, the thing is, Ray Romano, he grew up in Queens, the same area where I live. So he's got the same sort of voice. He has the same sort of annotation to his voice that I do, I guess, or something.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't see the Winnie the Pooh though.
What was the one RMAC 21 classic video review that made me laugh the most? That's a good question, actually. You know what? I'll let Down Phoenix answer that, and then I'll try to think about it because it's tough.
So what was the question again?
What is the one?
What one classic RMAC 21 video that you laughed at the most?
The old ones. God, I gotta remember them.
I don't know. Like, one that I really found to be hilarious was the Treasure Master review.
That was the second.
You just had some good singers on that one.
That was the second review. That was when my voice officially broke for review-wise. Like, it starts out very timid and slow in Total Recall, kind of like now, and then it's like it just exploded after that.
Yeah, I think that might have been part of the appeal of it, because I remember getting into you with your first video, which was Total Recall, but I think you might have had a few others at that time.
No, it was Total Recall. It was Total Recall, and then it
I
was.
first saw it, though. Like, I don't think that was. I don't think that was the only video you had up at the time. I think you might have had a few others up at the time. So.
Honestly, the funniest thing I ever did with RMake, which is gone forever that I could never find again, was the House of the Dead commentary, which is one of my favorite things of all time. Where actually it wasn't RMake 21, but it was during that, I guess, during that phase, you could say, sort of.
I think it was Nicotine Hell.
Nicotine Alien was the account that YouTube closed for reasons they have yet to disclose to me. So, which means Christopher Boris probably had something to do with it, I guess. Like, that's why they can't give me details on why it was closed, because it wasn't an actual reason. They just closed it because their partner was going boo. That's why in the.
Wait, why would that? That doesn't make sense. So why would he?
Because I did that rant.
Oh.
Remember that? Remember that rant? Yeah, that one.
There was a pretty good span of time between them.
No.
Probably about 2 years.
I don't think so. Well, it was either that or like trolls were people were flagging the videos or trolls were flagging it. But the thing is, I'm in perfect standing with YouTube, and they know from my other accounts they know who I am. So.
I think I don't really care.
I'm not going to dwell on it.
A lot of people start over accounts.
I know, but it pisses me off because I lost everything on that account. I didn't have backups of any of that shit. I had no intention of closing that account either. You know, that happened with that. I had no warning. I turn on my computer and people are going, your account's gone. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? And I see it, I'm like, oh god. Because I remember the first time it happened. I remember the fucking backlash for it, you know, because it was just this really stupid fucking idea between like 3 people. And of those 3 people, I was the only one who fucking actually did what we were supposed to do. So 2 other people were supposed to shut down their fucking accounts too. It was supposed to be one big ass joke between a couple of reviewers, and we were going to reopen the accounts like, you know, hours later. And then we found out YouTube won't let you open accounts under certain circumstances, or they were just being assholes. But they said no when I asked to reopen my account, and I begged and pleaded like a motherfucker, believe me, because I wanted it back. That was why certain people.
They probably just straight up deleted it.
That's why certain people didn't want it. Certain people started distancing themselves from me because they knew that they were involved with that shit, and they didn't want it to come back to bite them in the ass. And then they just flat out turned on me like rabid dogs. A couple of them. There was a lot of shit. There was a lot of low blow shit that went on between that time. I think that's what inspired me to make other types of videos at one point, was the fact that I didn't particularly care for the types of people that were making videos like I was at one point, because they really, honestly, people can say I was a bit of a scumbag at one point. This is true. But other people, man, they just define the word scumbag. You think Irate Gamer dropping an M-bomb is bad. You should have been back then to read what I read, to see how nasty and arrogant and just complete and utter scumbags some people were. It'll never be known to the world, because this shit's basically long since, you know, past its prime, let's say, for anybody talking about it. But I'm telling you right now, if they ever do a history of this shit, man, and they find out the truth, man, people are gonna shit themselves. But as for my favorite RMAC 21 video, I'm gonna have to say it's probably Quattro's up there. But honestly, I really like the what the fuck one was it? I really like a lot of the Apocalypse NES stuff, because that was really inspired by me trying to be like really funny and different with the commentary, I guess, to a degree.
Yeah, I think I remember that. I know you did like a Predator video on that.
That was in Predator, yeah. I never got around to doing big mode though in that, which really pissed me off, because that was when I first saw that, I fucking died laughing, and I was like, I gotta have this in the video, and I never got it in because of the time to spend editing and shit like that.
Yeah, what else was in that?
There was Predator. there was, well, one of the cuts had Conan. Not both of them had it. I added that later on because that was supposed to be there, and then it didn't wind up being in the damn thing after a while. There was Conan. There was.
Oh yeah, Worm. That was.
No, Worm wasn't in that.
Oh well, someone else said they liked Worm.
Worm I hate because Worm is not a bad game, and I was a scumbag for saying it was a piece of shit and complaining about it. I mean, that's kind of the shtick with my stuff. Like Adventure in the Magic Kingdom, for example, I always say that game. I always was saying that game's a piece of shit and it's garbage.
Actually,
It's
I think
not.
Skullcrusher might have reminded me of my favorite, which was.
In fact, Happy Video Game Nerd just did a goddamn video about that game, and he showed it for what it was, and now I've got a shit ton of people very angry at me that I lied in my review, and I'm like, it was a parody, it wasn't a review. How many times do I have to say they're not reviews? You don't drop 52 F-bombs in a friggin' game review.
Well, actually, a lot of people don't like that game.
Yeah, I know, because it's not that great a game, not compared to some of the other Capcom Disney games, not compared to, like, fucking Darkwing Duck or Chip and Dale, that's for damn sure. Not Darkwing Duck, DuckTales.
Skullcrusher mentioned Hour of Victory. I remember that video. That was hilarious.
Hour of Victory would have been so much better if I'd realized that the footage I showed was all the same footage you could find from the demo of the game. I didn't know that at the time.
Oh, you didn't show any footage from later on?
Well, I showed all footage from the first parts of the game, and really, one of the biggest problems with my videos I noticed was a lot of times I was never showing anything beyond the beginning of the game because I wasn't actually playing through the whole game and editing footage. I was just playing it, sitting there playing it, and commentating at the same time. It's part of the improv procedure I used to make the videos, which I kind of stuck, and I guess people like that style because I saw a lot of people do the same sort of style later on.
I also liked your Let's Play that you did of...
I like my Dark Messiah of Might and Magic LP that I first started. Again, that's completely lost because of fucking YouTube and it closing my damn account down.
That
Turning Point, Fall of Victory. Or Fall of Liberty or something.
Although I think that was post.
That wasn't really an LP, it was just me sitting there commentating on it. That was real. I was being realistic with that one.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, it's still kind of an LP because it wasn't just, it's like 3 parts you did on it.
Gilligan's Island was funny, but the audio quality of the remaining copy that floats around is fucking terrible. And in general, when I scream in that one, the mic just breaks endlessly, so it does get on my nerves pretty fast. There's here and there, there's a couple I really like RoboCop cracked me up to no end. I don't know why. Probably because of, like, how dumb it is, but fucking... I remember playing that game as a kid and it driving me nuts, so that might have something to do with it, too. I'm trying to think of King's Knight. King's Knight is definitely up there as one of my favorites because of some of the lines in it and how, like, it's just 100% R make 21. Like, it defines that doofus in a nutshell. He's complaining about shit you can clearly see on screen is not the game's fault. It's his fault for missing or running into an enemy or some shit, or complaining about the colors being too hard to see when you can clearly see.
Mentioned Jericho.
I never did. No, I didn't. I did a trailer for it. I took the demo and I made my own custom trailer. It was one of the first times I ever did a trailer. It's like when I did Breakdown, I did a trailer for that too. That wasn't for a series. That was just me doing a trailer for it.
I wonder who it was. And I remember someone did a video of Jericho. They were showing it.
They did it like right after I did made the trailer. Somebody else was talking to me about Jericho and they made that video. I forget who it was. Like back then, I knew so many fucking people. Nowadays, like maybe like a quarter of those people are still left over.
I don't know. Maybe it was like a live stream or something. I don't know. If it was
No, I don't think so. Because back then, live streaming was like unheard of. It wasn't like it is now. Remember that?
What was the first one you did? Was it Fallout 3 or?
Fallout 3 was attempted. I never did another.
I know you did that as a live stream.
What?
Fallout 3.
No, I didn't. I did a couple videos where I was trying to do like this is it opens with a thing. It's famous because there's a bit where I open up with the song from the trailer from Fallout 3 that Dear Hearts and Gentle People, and a lot of people were pissed as fuck at Jules because he did a video like directly after that where he copied the dancing or some shit and he tried to find the song, he couldn't find it, so he used a different version and they gave him shit for that. That's why I specifically remember that because of that. I'm not saying he did copy me. I'm just saying I remember people going fucking ape shit over that. People used to go ape shit over a lot of stuff like that. They used to say the AVGN and IRA Gamer were ripping me off at one point. I remember that. They said Silent Rob ripped me off. They kept going on and on and on about that shit. Then people were saying fucking that I said that Silent Rob could kiss my ass. I'm doing the fucking best Act 52 review. I never said that. So Silent Rob got really mad at me from fucking third-party delivered messages, which were clearly trolls or people looking to start some shit.
Have you watched any of his stuff lately?
No.
Because I don't know if you know, but he is a partner now, and he's got a
Oh,
he's got
God.
800 subscribers now.
That is, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck if you got 9 million subscribers. Your video has to be, you have to make me laugh. You have to make me crack a smile. That's why I always recommend Two Best Friends Play. You know why? It'll crack you up. There's gamer humor there, there's regular humor there, there's off-the-wall humor. There's a great sense of chemistry and balance to things. It's funny, it's well edited, it's all over the place editing-wise. It's basically based on the whole idea of a continuity error, but it works, and it's really funny.
Well, I was just pointing it out because he's
Fail
like one of the few
sessions.
people I've seen that had their channel like deleted or disabled because of copyrights or whatever, and was actually able to get more subscribers than they had previously. Like usually, like
I remember his whole. I
that
remember
kind of
his
thing
videos were
happens,
very.
just-
I mean, I didn't dislike the guy, but his video quality in general, I used to say, was pretty shitty. Like, it was bad camera work. It wasn't very well. It wasn't very well lit. Like, he needed to really improve some shit, and I told him that a couple of times. I don't know how well that fared in the long run, because I haven't seen his new stuff,
Yeah.
but fucking, like, I am so sick to death of hearing about how expensive stuff is. Don't give me that horse shit. Get a job, or fucking sell something, or save up, and buy hardware. I'm like Slow Beef. I become anal about that. Like, if you're gonna do an LP or a video, make the quality worth watching.
Yeah. What does everybody else think of Silent Rob?
Yeah, he's definitely a partner.
Well, I don't know. I like his stuff.
Oh yeah, I've seen one. Actually, I saw one of his vids recently. I looked at him and I said, he looks like fucking Seth Green with less hair. He really does. The only cool thing about becoming a partner is you get this goddamn background shit going on.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
But I don't know.
Plus, he did his own live streams that I don't know. I got a kick out.
Are you pandering for this guy? Like, are you trying to make me watch his shit in the worst way? Because that's what it seems like you're trying to do here, bro.
No, I just I don't know.
I remember
like
one
you were saying,
thing.
he was one of the people that
I
probably
re-
was.
I remember
you know,
one
sitting
thing.
above
I
you.
remember one thing about Rob. Rob actually had a sensibility and a mindset to him. He could think. Like, when that shit went down, where people were saying I talk shit about him, I talked to him on MSN or Yahoo or AIM or whatever, and I told him, you know, that's not what fucking happened. And I explained it to him, and he fucking understood, like, you know, a regular human being would, because I talked to him like a human being. Other people, you talk to them like human beings, they'll talk to you like a fucking beaten animal or something. It's weird. Give a person an inch, they'll take a mile, or whatever the fucking phrase goes. But, I mean, with YouTube, it's in for a penny, in for a pound. But I don't like all this partner bullshit, because it's just one more push towards that whole social network they want to pull, and then it won't be people making fun videos anymore, then it'll all be controlled content making money for YouTube, not for you, for YouTube. They make more money than you will. Because remember, they use all that fucking view hits that you get, all his subscribers, believe me, they're raking in the dough from that shit. That, also, DP, when you become a partner, they plaster ads for your shit all over the place. They link to your videos all the time, so that's why you get a lot of subscribers too. They find your shit at random. When you're not a partner, true. They don't find your stuff that way. They gotta find it through a link, or they gotta find it through a link of a link of a link of a link. It's pretty different. Honestly, I regret.
Know exactly what to look for.
I kind of regret not going with Machinima ages ago when I was offered something, but I said no because I didn't want to do that because I felt like I'd be betraying my fan base, who then later like lost their shit with me, a lot of them. So it was like, it kind of felt like I had just blown a great opportunity, and I did that again with the Game Heroes and some other stuff as well. Because I've been offered chances to join other people in their groups and shit, and I always pass, and I feel like an ass every time I do that, because it's like, I should have went with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if someone was to want to be a partner, it's usually best to just try to get partnership individually. Because, I mean, like, with stuff like Machinima, yeah, it can help grow your numbers quicker, but you have to share revenue with them and YouTube.
I would join the partner thing, but also the other thing you gotta watch out for is what kind of content you upload. You can't have like copyrighted music and all this bullshit, and you can't do this and you can't do. There's a bunch of rules you gotta follow. Because I was curious, I was legitimately looking, because I was like, you know what? I don't think people will mind that much if I become a partner. It's not like I'm gonna plaster ads every 5 seconds. But then I realized they're gonna add ads anyway. Because that's where you generate revenue from, and I'm like, if I do this, what's left of my fan base is going to want to hang me by my ball sack.
Well, I don't think they do that anyways. I mean, I think they have a minimum requirement of ads you have to show, but you can have several videos not have ads.
Sapphire, I have no. There's opportunities that lie are beyond YouTube. It's like, you know, I'm moving into my own place. I've got a life I've got to contend to. Hopefully, I'll start dating sooner or later in the real fucking world. You know, I have to move on in life. And believe me, once I actually do wind up dating and doing that, you're gonna see a whole hell of a lot less of me. I'm pretty sure, because at a point I'll be like, yeah, life again. But that'll probably be like fucking next year, maybe. I don't know. I'm partially joking anyway. I doubt it's ever going to happen. Too much of a dork. But, I don't know. The whole thing with YouTube, like I said, nowadays I just make a video and I fucking upload it. Not really, dude. No, it's fine. I'm just saying, it's like, it's hard to talk about some of this shit, because I don't know, to be honest with you, with a lot of this stuff. I just kind of guess. But with YouTube and all the partners and stuff, I don't like it, because it's constantly plastered everywhere, and a lot of these people are just not funny, or entertaining, or informative in the slightest. It seems like they're just plastered on there because they're there, and they're somehow fucking popular.
Yeah. Like, the new channel format, for instance, I don't like how it automatically recommends videos to you.
Yeah. But I use that to my advantage with my video, is the thing. So it did work in my favor, whether they like it or not. Look at my last video when I did for the Dishonored thing. Look in the sidebar. Look how many fucking related links of Dishonored show up for the LPs.
But yeah, like for instance, it's linking like a PewDiePie video on my thing right here. I guess he uploaded earlier today, and like I'm not even subscribed to him or anything, but it's still linking it. Like it's still, like I can't remove it. Even if I select just subscriptions, it still shows on there.
Why do people keep asking for my Steam ID?
Yeah. And then also that doesn't just show up uploads. It shows like if people like certain videos, which is like I don't really care what you like.
Well,
doesn't mean I like it, so
that's true, but I did dig that with Twitter. Like people were saying, like you may want to follow blah blah blah, and then the chip cheese and pops up, and
show, like,
slow beef popped
thing,
up,
like,
and diabetes pop up. So
uploads and comments and likes, you know, separate, but they just lump it all together.
Was
Makes
the
it harder
ring
to find videos you actually want to watch.
Was the Ring Terror's Realm was that a Games That Suck, or was that Games That Suck is pretty much RMake 21. Context Sensitive pretty much is not, in my view. Like they're different to some degree, even though people think they're pretty similar.
Although you've had some context sensitives that were bashing games.
Yeah, that was before I realized like to stick to a format if I'm going to do something different.
You were more.
Well, the fun of it is if you watch. If you watch the first ever episode of Context Sensitive, the video quality's terrible, the audio quality's terrible, and I make fun of Sonic on the 360. The thing is, I go, alright, let me cut through the nitty-gritty. Context Sensitive is going to be a series where, you know, I basically just talk about the games and show you what's wrong with them, and don't take 50 million years, and what do? They get longer and longer and longer. They're like motion picture length at one point, and it's like I'm sitting there scratching what's left of my hair at that point. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
There were some YouTube reviewers I really liked. I think the guy's name was Jim Bob, because he had submitted to a contest a while back that I was actually a judge of. The same one that I think Judah Konzo was in, and he pulled out because I was a judge and felt like I was going to be biased, which I wouldn't have been. Just make good content, man. Believe me, there were other people that made videos. I think Jules had a contest ages ago for reviewers or something, and someone did like a Quest 64 video, and like it was flat out decided that my commentary about that video could never be aired anywhere because it was just the most raw shit ever. It was cruel. It was kind of like the fail session. Some of the fail sessions is garbage. There's a few of them that are good, but for the most part it's just a bad Retsupre knockoff. But I was obsessed with Retsupre at the time, and I was like, I want to do that. I don't want to make videos, like I don't want to do reviews anymore. I want to do that. And honestly, if I had
Jim Bob guy's still around.
He probably is.
Found his channel.
Well, he might be like, what was that dude's name? The one that was the fucking gaming rapist? What was he? Retro Gamer 3, I think? Like, he's bounced around all over the fucking place.
His last video was Vincent Reviews Castlevania Bloodlines. There's at least
I actually, funny enough, you mentioned the the LP subforum, I actually did a couple of LP test threads in the Sandcastle, and one of my first ones was for The Darkness, which was apparently quite impressive at the time because, not one, the video quality was actually good for a person who had never been heard of for LPing. I didn't mention my YouTube at the time, I didn't anybody know who the fuck I was. And also the fact that I did the next time on when it came to an end, and people thought that was really cool. Like, nobody had ever seen that. Nowadays, everybody fucking does it, but back when I was doing it, I think it was, like, unheard of to add it to anything, like reviews, LPs, whatever. I became obsessed with that sort of thing previously on Next Time On. I don't know why, but I just did. Because it hooks you. It gets you psyched for what's coming next, or what's going to play, like what you saw, and then it gets you psyched for what's coming next and shit like that. So. I never really watched much Robotech, to be honest with you. I never really got into mecha anime, to be honest here.